girls, can you imagine eating without utensils? No fork, no knife, no spoon. It wasn't until about 1200 AD that people started to invent different ways to eat things. And you might have seen a fork like this, and maybe around the 1600s, a fork like this. Well, the story of utensils is a little bit like that of tomatoes. Tomatoes were actually found along South American coast and the Andes Mountains. Now, when they were originally found, people thought they were kind of like a berry or something that you just look at. They didn't know you could eat them. It wasn't until they started to get popular and make their way all the way over to Europe, let me go this way, into Italy. And Italians started to use them in their salsas and in their sauces and in all sorts of things that people realized tomatoes were delicious. Come on outside, I'm going to show you what's so amazing about tomatoes. Scientists have a word for this gorgeous red color on tomatoes, and it's called lycopene. Lycopene is an antioxidant. While I finished picking some tomatoes for our recipe, let's jump back to where we talked about antioxidants last year. Now, I want you to imagine if you bit into an apple, it's sitting on the counter, and you left it there for 2 or 3 days. What would happen? It would start to get brown, wouldn't it? That's called oxidation, right? Sometimes when the oxygen gets to these fruits and vegetables, it can make them decay or kind of get old, right? Antioxidant is anything that prevents that kind of damage. So an antioxidant is something that gets inside of your body and prevents damage. So lycopene is not only found in tomatoes, it's actually found in other red fruits and vegetables like grapefruit or papaya or watermelon, right? That beautiful Mother Nature color of red can be found in so many different fruits and vegetables. And every time you eat it, especially fresh from the garden, it's incredibly good for you. Now, I'm going to cut these up. And because tomatoes were really made famous by the Italians, we're going to make an Italian recipe called caprese salad. Now, the caprese salad was actually made in Italy because they wanted to make something to honor their flag, which used the colors of red, white, and green. And so this salad really focuses on those gorgeous, gorgeous colors. So we're going to use red for the tomatoes. And then for the green, we're going to use something called basil. Oh, I wish we had smell-o-vision and that you could just smell this. It's the most fragrant and amazing herb. What we're going to do is just going to kind of twist it off and get the leaves. I'm going to put all these leaves together and I'm just going to chop them up. You can eat them whole, just like that. I mean, it's incredible. And all you're going to do, I'm going to roll them up and I'm just going to chop them. Just slice them really, really quickly. Oh, it smells so delicious. All right, now you see the red and the green. Now we're missing the white. These fresh little tiny mozzarella balls. It's the same kind of mozzarella that you get on pizza or that you buy in the store, right? But it has the water content in it. So it's really, really moist and delicious. Now, I'm just gonna pop those in because they're kind of small. There it is. The colors of the Italian flag, red, green, and white. Now, in order to flavor that up, most of the Italians use a little bit of olive oil and a little salt and pepper on there. So we'll do the salt and pepper. But Miss Amy happens to love, love, love balsamic vinegar. So I'm gonna use that. Put a little salt on there. And then drizzle a little bit of balsamic vinegar on there. It just gives it this kind of sweet, amazing, and fragrant taste. Now, let's use our forks. Thank goodness we live in 2015 and we have forks to use, right? Oh my goodness, that's incredible. I got a little bit of a kick from the balsamic. It's just the greatest recipe ever. Now I'm going to show you another way to use tomatoes in an omelet, which is so incredible. Join me over here at the oven and I'll show you. I'm going to put a little bit of butter at the bottom of this pan and just let it kind of melt. Oh, that's perfect. It's going to coat the sides of the pan. Then I'm going to take my egg. We can do 2 eggs. 2 eggs will be great. So I'll put 2 eggs in a bowl, and I'm going to add a little bit of milk. This is a super simple omelet. Oh, you can hear that butter sizzling. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit of milk, just to add a little bit of moisture, and then I'm going to whip it up. See, we're just gonna add the milk, have a little bit of a dance here with the eggs and the milk together. Perfect. Okay, now that the butter's kind of sizzling, I'm gonna come over here and get the rest of my tomatoes, fresh from the garden, and then I'm gonna put them right in. And I'm putting them in whole. I'm gonna turn the heat down just a bit, maybe to medium low. And I'm gonna let the tomatoes just be here just for a second. They're gonna kind of sit in the bottom of the pan, hot and sizzling. Oh, delicious. Now, the reason I leave them whole is because when you bite into this omelet and you get a fresh bite of that tomato and the tomato juice just pops in your mouth, it's incredible. All right, so there's the tomatoes. All I'm gonna do, pour that omelet right over it. Oh, it's sizzling up. I'll finish cooking this and show you what it looks like when we're done. Okay, I'm gonna pick this tin foil up, add a little bit of salt, add a little bit of pepper, and these extra mozzarella balls. They're gonna be so good in here. Drop those little babies on there, and we're gonna let it cook for about another 2 minutes. Okay, it's time to flip it. Let's see if I can do this. Whoa, okay, another 1 minute and we're ready to roll. Ooh, I think it's done. Oh my gosh, look at that. You can see that mozzarella cheese and the butter bubbling, and look at those tomatoes. Here's a secret, they're about ready to burst, but they're not going to until they get in your mouth. So let's put this right on a plate. Oh my goodness. Okay, now this is a fantastic way to eat tomatoes. No matter how you choose to eat tomatoes, get them in your diet this week. They can be small, they can be big, they can be light red, they can be dark red, however you choose to get them. Take a picture, send us your favorite recipe, Instagram, hashtag YogaMeDo and Facebook, so that you can count this as another recipe towards your reward. Join us in the other room for yoga. So last time we tried the elastic breath, let's try it one more time. Imagine there's an elastic right between your hands, and we're gonna go forward as we breathe in and backward as we breathe out. Okay, here we go. Inhale. And exhale. Nice job, inhale. And exhale. Sit up really tall and straight and make it long as you can. Inhale. And exhale. Good, make those lungs do their job. Here we go. And exhale. Last one. And exhale. Nice job, way to go. So today we're gonna add a little bit more to what we did last week, the sun salutation. We're gonna do a full sun salutation, and then we're gonna do something called bow pose, which is a really fun stretch for the back and the stomach, all right? And then we're gonna balance with our cool little stress ball. All right, so let's start with our sun salutation. We're just gonna come up. You're gonna find a place in the room where you're not gonna hit anybody, or you're not gonna get hurt by your desk or a chair, okay? And you're gonna inhale the arms up, and exhale, fold forward. Now, this time, inhale the back up like you're looking towards the front of the room, but you're not bending your legs. Do you notice that? So you're lifting up and looking towards the front of the room and reaching your head towards the front of the room. So you're getting a pretty good stretch in your back and the legs. And then you're gonna drop back down. And your hands are gonna come on the mat, and we're gonna come back to plank pose, but we're not gonna hold it. We're gonna lower down. So bend your elbows, not out, but kind of next to your body. Okay, lower it down. And then you're gonna inhale up. Nice job. This is called cobra or up dog. And then drop your toes in the mat and lift your sit bones all the way up to down dog. Nice job. Now the first one's always gonna feel the tightest. So if you're feeling kind of tight here, walk your feet up or step them off just for a minute, and then lift your heels up. And as you feel like you're gaining a little bit more flexibility, bring those heels down a little bit more and stretch them towards the floor. Okay, 3 breaths here. Inhale.
Inhale. Inhale. Nice job. When you're ready, put a bend in the knees and see if you can walk, step, or jump up. You choose. So you can walk up, you can step up, or you can jump up. Okay, try it again. Walk, step, or jump up. And then slowly roll it up. Good. Let each and every vertebra in that spine get a little bit of a stretch. Inhale up. And then exhale back down. Nice job. Let's try it again. Inhale up. Exhale, full forward. Good. Adding the full sun salutation lift. Reach the crown of the head towards the front of the room and exhale, release the head and the neck. Hands on the mat. Step or jump back. Don't hold it here. You can lower down. Inhale up and exhale back to down dog. Good. Holding here for 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now notice, does this one feel a little bit easier than the first one? Good. Every one that you do is going to let every muscle kind of relax a little bit and get a little bit more stretched. And once those muscles are stretched, then the oxygen and the breath that you take in can circulate around those muscles and help them get kind of happy. All right, when you're ready, we're going to step, walk, or jump up. You choose which one. Bend your knees, jump. Try it one more time. Ready? Bend your knees and jump. Nice job. We're going to roll it up 1 vertebra at a time. Head's the last thing to come up. Inhale and exhale. Nice job. Way to go. It seems easy, but you're really starting to work your heart and your muscles. All right, we're going to try one more, and then we're going to add the bow pose. Okay, so watch for it. Here we go. Inhale and exhale. Make that breath long and deep. Inhale, look up. Exhale. Feet come all the way back into plank pose and lower down. Inhale up. Back to down dog. Okay, you've got 2 breaths here. Okay, now instead of coming back, instead of jumping up, all we're going to do is come back to plank pose. Drop your knees, and you're going to lay flat on your mat. Okay? Now, once you're here, all you're going to do is come in the shape of a bow, like a bow and arrow. So you're going to lift your feet up, all right? And you're going to give yourself a place to hook your hands. So you can put your feet like this or like this, wherever you feel like you can hook your hands. You're going to take your left hand and bring it all the way back. Then you're going to take your right hand and bring it all the way back and see if you can even touch your feet. If you can't, it's okay. You can still do this, okay? Now, all we're going to do is we're going to kick the feet into our hands like this. And what that does is it lifts up our shoulders and our chest, okay? So instead of just staying here, which is an okay stretch, all we're going to do is kick the feet into the hands and breathe. Inhale. Keep kicking to hold up those shoulders. Last one. And release. Now see if you can hold it while you release. Inhale. And release. Nice job. Rest your hands to the side and just take a little breath. Catch your breath. And while you're doing that, see if you can notice what muscles just worked. Was it your back muscles? Maybe your sit bones. Maybe your leg muscles. Maybe your arms. I can kind of feel it in my quadricep muscles where I was kicking, and a little bit in my arms too. So pay attention to what muscles you're using. Your body has so many. It's fun to decide which ones are working. All right, here we go. One more time. Left hand comes back. Hook it on the left foot. Right hand comes back. Hook it on the right foot. Good. Now instead of pulling on those legs, because you don't want to hurt your knees, you want to kick into the feet, right? Or kick the feet into the hands. Here we go. Inhale. Last one. Now release the hands and see if you can stay up. And release. Nice job. Put your hands all the way up on the mat. Crawl your feet or your knees up. Now bring your knees wide apart. I'm going to face you when I do this. So instead of coming here, you want your knees kind of like this while your feet are together. And then you just want to lay down. Good. And relax that back muscle and those feet muscles. and the leg muscles. Take a couple deep breaths. You can switch the direction of your head if you need to. Nice job. When you're ready, slowly come back up, and we're just going to come into a seated position so we can do daydream. Okay, now last week we did it for 1 minute. This week we're going to try and do it for 1 minute and 10 seconds. Now if you have something close by you want to balance on your head, remember if you make 15 of those recipes or try 15 different fruits or vegetables, you get the stress ball. So I'm going to use mine today, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to balance it on my head. And I'm going to see if I can hold so still and yet still let my muscles relax. So I want you to imagine you're balancing something on your head. Even if you don't have anything, imagine what you would put on there. Maybe a pencil or a piece of paper or a crayon, if you have one close by. And for 1 minute and 10 seconds, close your eyes, relax your muscles, and then see if you can hear yourself breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Now, once you've kind of found that rhythm with your breath, see if you can now think about balancing on your head. Make sure your back is straight. And then start at your feet and see if you can relax those feet muscles. And then move to the middle of your legs where your calf muscles are and just kind of relax those. And then see if your hands are on top of your knees. See if your knees are relaxed. Kind of relax those stomach muscles. Notice if they're tight. And move up into the chest. See if you can relax your rib cage and relax your shoulders. All those amazing things that help your body to be healthy and strong. When you're ready, slowly wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And because you have something on your head you're balancing, just slowly move your head side to side. See if it'll stay there. When you're ready, open your eyes. Nice job. Let's take one final breath. See if you can still keep it there. Anyway, all the way up to 10. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sit tall. 8, 9, 10. And exhale back down. Nice job. Way to go. All right, so this week, make sure to eat your tomatoes and share your favorite way to enjoy tomatoes. Maybe you have a recipe. Maybe you just want to eat them plain. Whatever way you like. Share it with us on Instagram, #YogaMeDo, or Facebook, and then earn your rewards. We'll see you next week on YogaMeDo.